YouTube. I know, it's been a fair amount of time since I came on and updated my vlog. I needed to be myself and not have to worry about sharing if I didn't want to. And I think that's the whole thing with my journey. I've always wanted to share with everybody what's been going on. And I've just been through a period where, okay, the internet's been really shit. And there's been a couple of videos I've tried to post and it hasn't happened. But rather than actually fix it and go somewhere and do it, I've just gone, fuck it, it wasn't meant to happen. So, life has changed, as you can imagine. And things that used to be important to me really aren't important anymore. Today it's Monday the 21st of October 2019. My name's Jan Silver and I started this vlog predominantly about my weight loss surgery journey, which turned into a bit of a grief vlog because I lost my husband. So much has happened this last few weeks. Things I can't do this vlog without mentioning Claire, Tony and Ella. I talked a lot about Ella being poorly. I never got to meet the beautiful little soul and she sadly passed away. So I can't do this vlog without mentioning and sending out my love to Claire and Tony because, broken is not even a word. It doesn't even encapsulate what they must be feeling because that little girl fought for 8 months. And she'd been through an awful lot. My heart goes out to Tony and Claire. You know that, Claire. And I can't say I know what you're feeling. I know grief through losing my husband. I know that gaping fucking hole in your heart that is actually never going to be fixed because they're never going to come back. But that's for you. And that's to let my viewers know that Ella sadly didn't make it. I won't go on. I've had a friend's son, 24 years old, commit suicide. I have a friend at the moment who's missing, presumed in the water at the River Thames in Henley. Yes, there's a lot of really deep, dark shit goes on, isn't there? And I think maybe it's a good time to talk about mental health on here. Maybe, I'm still on antidepressants. I did try and come off them. I think I talked to you, had a massive wobble, gone back on them. So I'm not saying mine is mental health related. I've been diagnosed with depression in the past. This is my grief and I'm using antidepressants as a crutch to help me while I'm grieving. While I'm grieving, I'm going to be grieving forever, but it's going to help me. Yeah, I can pull my head out of the dark clouds a lot easier than I could if I wasn't on them. So grief mirrors mental health, and there has been times, I will be really honest with you, that I've thought about ending my own life because Harry's not here and you just kind of go, what's the fucking point? And I know there's a point, and the reason I'm still here is because in those dark moments, I'm fortunate enough to say that I've only got to then think of Willow or Autumn or Chelsea or Mason and my dark thoughts can stop. So where suicide or thoughts of suicide are really there, I'm never ever going to do it because I've got too much to live for. But it doesn't mean to say that I haven't been down some dark places where, it would be easier to just switch it all off, and switch it all off is joining my husband. So that's not going to happen. I just, like I said, with so much going on with other people and the way that they don't talk about mental health or talk about their suicidal feelings, then I'd like to share a post that went around recently that was, my door's always open, the coffee can be on, we can talk, we can do that. And I'm like, I wanted to share it. And then I thought, well, no, actually, because I'm being really selfish in my own grief at the moment. And I'm not really there for people. And that bothers me. And I know one of my friends said, but you can't fix people, Jan, when you're broken yourself. And she's right to a certain extent. But maybe even helping other people would help yourself if you thought, like my poor friend Hannah, I just think, God, if I could see on Facebook, she's going through a bad time. But selfishly, I was too worried about my own self to not worried about my own self. Yeah, it is selfish. Grief is selfish. Life is selfish. And I'm doing what I need to do to get by. Doesn't stop me feeling bad though that Hannah is possibly not any longer, and you can't help but think maybe I could have done something. And I know my friend's son that committed suicide, he wrote a note to his mum, and at the funeral it was written out that which I thought was really brave of them. I think so many people these days actually, we still don't understand it enough, and we still don't talk about grief enough. People don't know how to handle me. I don't know how to handle me. This is a new path for me, and it's a new path for everybody around me. So, but grief isn't accepted in our society. So people want to fix you. People want to say, come on, you'll be all right. You're young. You can do this. You're going to move on. You're going to, all of that is just wrong on so many levels. And, you know, I share a lot of stuff on my Facebook and my Instagram. I have a page which now is predominantly pictures of my husband and quotes that make me feel like it's my platform to be able to say what the hell I want. I mean, I did have a friend recently. I'm laughing about it now, but at the time it was pretty shocking. And she'd written something. If you follow me on Facebook, you'd know, but she'd put something on Facebook. I think I'd put a picture of Howie and myself up and did one of my normal, you know, quotes like, I just fucking miss you. Of course I do. You know, he was my soulmate, my husband, and I'm always going to miss him, regardless of what I'm doing in life. I keep dropping bits of bloody tissue, sorry. It's me, right? Messy cow. And yeah, I'd put something like, I just fucking miss you. And this ex-friend of mine had written on there, well, at least you had 20 years, Jan. 20 good years. You met your soulmate. And in other words, I read that as, so what you fucking whinging about? And I was like, wow. Okay, like I've just said about, we think, you know, I'm involved heavily with the widows community, and we talk an awful lot about society and how society doesn't handle our grief very well, and people don't know what to say. So rather than say the wrong thing, they avoid you. So then we're isolated, and it's really weird. Or we isolate ourselves because I feel like I want to be rude to people that say, oh, don't worry, you'll move on. Fuck off. No, I'm not going to move on. So do you see what I mean? It's a real double-edged sword with all of it. And sorry, I've got stuff coming through. But anyway, back on track, Janine, back on track. I'm still scatty as hell, people. I'm still, you know, I'm still me. So if we don't discuss this and talk about it, people won't know how to handle us and won't know how to handle grief. And it goes the same with mental health and people that aren't talking, and they feel either ashamed about saying, I have issues, I'm not coping very well at the moment, or, you know, I know my select few that I could say I'm having a really bad day and I don't want to do anything, and today I just need to cry, and they're okay with that. You know, you find your tribe and you run with them, and yeah, that's basically where I'm at. I'm not a crying, shriveling mess every single day at the moment, but that doesn't mean to say that I'm not broken. Going back to Sarah, that was what it was. I wrote on there, I replied to her message of, well, at least you had 20 good years. You found your soulmate, as if to say, what you fucking worried about? And I just went back with Sarah, with all due respect, you haven't got a clue. People think, yeah, well done, Jan, you had 20 years. I did have 20 wonderful years. I think that makes it worse. I think it makes it worse because I should have had another 50 wonderful years with my husband. We had so much going for us. And it doesn't take away my gratitude for the 20 years that I had with Howie, but how dare you say to me, at least you had this? Because what it transpires is, when I typed back to her and said, no, Sarah, I won't accept this, at least. He should be here. So I'm allowed to be bitter, and I'm allowed to be sad. And I'm actually allowed to feel what the fuck I want, because this is my journey and my path, my husband, my widow, all the rest of it. And because I choose to share it and you didn't agree with what I'm saying, take yourself off my Facebook. You know, take yourself away. Anybody that doesn't like it, scroll on past. Delete me. Whatever you want to do, but do not try and challenge me with, well, at least. And then it came back. It was terrible. She came back with something even worse and said, well, while I was struggling to bring up 3 children on my own, what, that's my fucking problem? Okay. You were flying first class all around the world with Howie. Well, that's a bitter statement, isn't it? And she actually ended it with, but at least I'm not sorry for myself. Well, you clearly have been all of your fucking life. If you were bitter about we didn't fly first class, actually, it was business class, and it wasn't paid for by us, it was paid for by the company, because my husband worked really, really hard, gave up 38 years of his life to help that company be what it is. Anyway, I digress. So while somebody is publicly really putting herself into a position where people were so shocked that any human being could say such a thing, like, you were flying first class around the world with your soulmate while I was struggling. And so now my husband's dead, I should go, oh yeah. Hey, let's switch off the grief. Let's not, hey, I'm not going to be sad anymore. Do you know what? You're right, Sarah. I had 20 good years. Now what? Yeah, you're right, because I'm a likable person. It might be possible I won't be on my own forever. It might be possible I'm not ever going to fill Howie's shoes. But no, you're right, I won't be on my own because I'm a likable person, and I know that. That sounds really big-headed of me. And I will fill my life with what I need to fill it with, and it certainly won't be negative, jealous people like she was. So that's somebody I just went, cut off. Then the last thing happened. I will make you laugh because she sent me a card in the post that said, only true friends tell you what you don't want to hear. And then there were 2 printouts for counselling. Bereavement counselling. And I was just like, I laughed really. I posted it on Facebook and I laughed, and I just thought, if you really think you're that good a friend, you would have known I've had weeks of counselling. Oh, guess what? Didn't fix me because he's still not here. That problem is never going to be fixed. Right? I'm going to learn to grieve in my own way, and that's without negative, stupid people. Anyway, I wasn't meant to talk about that too much. I just wanted to kind of say hello. Thanks for your support. I can't remember the lady's name because I'm really shit and I still have a really bad memory, and I'm going to pull the widow's card with widow's fog, but I have booked myself in to go and do the Hoffman process on the 7th of December for 7 days. So thank you for that little heads up. I looked into it. Love the idea of it, and I'm going to give it a go. So I will have 7 days with no phone, no laptop, no nothing. No wine. Oh my God, how am I going to cope? Anyway, thanks for still following, guys. And I will see if this will update. Who knows? Good luck. And yeah, have a good day, everybody.